like we'll get into a fight just to showcase some of the combat. Welcome to the unknown, and welcome to Night City, Cyberpunk 2077. This game came out 4 years ago. Today, the day I'm recording. The day it's releasing is the day after its 4-year release anniversary date thing. My words didn't work there, but forget about that. This game came out 4 years ago today, and it is absolutely fucking crazy how far this game has come. Because when it released, it had one of the most notably bad launches to ever happen. Like, the launch for Cyberpunk 2077, built with the hype and anticipation for it, was unmatched. How badly that went. Versus how the game actually is absolutely nuts. The game has taken so many big things to make the game better, and so many updates, and they have really been working extremely hard, CD Projekt Red, to fix their horrible launch of a game that they did. Because truly the launch of this game was just absolute shit. It was so buggy, so glitchy, people just weren't enjoying it. There was like countless problems, but so many things have changed since then to enhance the game's experience, which is a very awesome thing that they've done.
I'll make it quick for you! What's there?
Блядь, нет!
Alright. I think we cleared off all those people. Unintentionally. But, as you can see, Cyberpunk 2077 is quite awesome for combat and action. Today I'm just going to kind of be talking about all the things I love about this game. I didn't go into detail and research every little thing about it, and that's not how I do these when I check out games and how they're doing. If you haven't watched any of my game reviews, I guess you could call them that. They're not exactly a full-out review, but they're based on just pure enjoyment on how I enjoyed the game, what I think about it, and that's kind of just to showcase if you could enjoy it yourself. Maybe if I found it super fun, maybe you might find it fun too. And I'm not going off of anything special, it's just real simple like that. So, what is there to love with this game? And I know there's a DLC, a fantastic one. I'm not doing that in this video or showcasing anything about it. I'm talking about base game. So, there's many things about this game to love. In my opinion, one of its best features is the city. The city itself is phenomenal. Not only is this city absolutely ginormous, like I'm in this section and it could take a while to walk around in here. The city is absolutely huge, and there's so much to do in it. One of the things I feel like most games fail at doing, which I've talked about before, is most games tend to struggle with the fact of the world feeling alive. And that is not something this game struggles with. Where you can walk around and you can experience something crazy around any corner, something new, something's always happening. there's always something to do. There's these gigs, there's side events, there's random encounters. There's so much shit you can just come across just wandering. You could literally play this game for hours and have fun just by wandering the world, wandering the map. And there's even an out of the city area too. Like this, it's a little more boring out there, but there's so much to do. And the combat is amazing because there's so many options for combat. You can get crazy into tech and do hacking on people like this. This is all the whole hacking screen, I guess you could say. That's not my build, that's not what I'm able to do, but there is a whole thing for that. You could also do a whole build based on just melee. You could do it based on far range weapons like snipers and shit. You could do all around build. You could use your mantis blades, the blades that come out of your arms. You have full customization how your character plays and how the combat runs, which is very nice because you can try different builds, different setups. You do have to do that smartly because you're only able to change your actual stats and perks one time, which let's talk about that real quick. So this is the whole skill tree. It's changed from how it originally was quite a bit when they released, I believe it was the update 2.0. I actually kind of like the skill tree. It's a little complicated when you first read it because there's a lot going on, but it's just how in-depth this game is. If you've played a CD Projekt Red game before, like The Witcher 3, you will understand what I mean by that's just what they do. They like to make their games quite complex. But if you actually just get down and read it, it's not too bad. So like, these are your main stats, which are called attribute points: your body, reflex, technical, cool, intelligence, and then this one you get by playing Phantom Liberty DLC. Now, you can put points into these, and the more points you put into these, the more stuff you unlock in here. As you can see, this is not a max level account. This is from my account I started fresh on maybe a couple weeks ago, just because I wanted to. And these are just, they all give their little bonus perks and stats you get for the game. Like, some will have health regen, some will increase health. You could do things that buff up certain weapons, like blunt weapons, or you could do things that make guns like shotguns, LMGs, and HMGs and shit like that good. Like these all, you've read through these, they're all like a little section of what this helps with, and then you got your big perk, the one that really does a lot. And you can kind of just go through these and build what you want, however you want your character to run. So you might take a lot of time in here reading it, because there is quite a lot here, but it's worth reading to get the cool builds you want. So it's very in-depth. If you're not into something so complex and in-depth, then maybe the same game isn't for you, because it does have a lot of that. You have your side quest slash main quest slash gigs and just random event shit in here. This is all your quests. This is where you keep your quests. Honestly, not very hard to do. It gets overwhelming when you see like 286 quests just lying down here, and then like it might, honestly, that gets overwhelming for people, and then they just don't want to play. I can completely understand that. The way I like to do it, because there's so much, is it has a very nice sort feature. So how I used to do this is I would click sort by nearest, what's closest to me, and I would honestly just play what mission's closest to me, so then I don't travel 10 million miles to get the next one. And to me that worked out. It just helped me not get overwhelmed on how many quests there was. So that's a good way to do that. You can do it any way you want, it doesn't really matter, but that's just a good way to do that. Gigs are a good way to get money, and your money here is just lets you buy all things in the game that you could buy with money, which is very basic. You do have a weight limit, which honestly a lot of people get annoyed with and worry about. This weight limit has not bothered me once in the entire playthrough of this game. Literally not once. So don't stress about that. Your weight limit isn't that noticeable. At least for me, I don't see how people would struggle with that, but you never know, I guess. Your inventory is pretty simple too, actually. It's fairly nice. Your cyberware, which you can't actually change unless you go to a Ripper dock, which is one of the cool things about this game, which basically changes things in your body and allows you to be able to do extra bonus abilities, like my gorilla arms basically count as weapons, so my bare fists are absolutely overpowered, and if you put these on, you can actually use these in the boxing side quest story line in this game, and you'll just fuck shit up. So it's a good tip there. But Yeah, I haven't filled these all up yet, but I probably should. I have lots of money. So, it's a good thing to focus on, and then you have to get a certain perk to be able to progress past here. But, yes, so this is something you pay attention to. I don't know a lot about this. I can't really get into it too hard, but it just depends on the build you're going for in this game. You could not even worry about this shit almost the entire time. One I heavily will always recommend is reinforced tendons, so you can double jump. It's very handy. And then you do have your weapon section, which is pretty simple. I like to rock these legendary weapons now that I'm like the tier 5s, and iconic weapons are nice too. You got your melee, and you got your melee, and you got your guns and your ranged weapons. I like to kind of vary them. I'm big on melee in this game, as you can see. I love the throwing knives. And then you got your clothing, which is just to customize how you look for the most part. There's really nothing to worry about here. You can get some cool stuff and just make a character look however you would like them to look. And then your backpack is where you have literally everything you pick up in this game, including snacks and all these little side things. Consumables is all things that give you health and all types of little bonuses, like if you read them, stamina regenerate. You got your grenade section, you got your weapon modifications for where you can craft and modify weapons in here. You can literally just build weapons from scratch. So I could just straight up build this right now. Well, not right now, I don't have enough stuff for it, but I could just straight up build these. That's what this is. So it's kind of nice that you have the ability to do that, to be able to just build shit like that. And you can build these components as well. I'm not gonna do that right now, but crafting is awesome. And then you can upgrade your current guns by just you can only upgrade the iconic weapons, and you can basically up their tier. So like I could make this and turn that into a tier 5, and then bring it to a tier 5 plus. So this whole crafting menu, crafting HUD, journal, where your quests are, cyberware, all of this, it's quite complex, but the game will teach you over time and you will learn it. Wow, nice voice crack. The game will teach you over time and you will learn it.
You're here!
So it's not too hard.
I know you are! Caught me oh.
Okay, so we've kind of talked about the main stuff of this game. Let's travel to a new area just to showcase. You know what? We'll drive a car. So you got your car calling thing here. We'll just pick a bike. Nah, we'll pick the Porsche. Where's my car? So I just called my car. Where's my Porsche? So it's not working. Okay, so none of my cars are currently working. So normally that's a thing. Normally you can call cars. I don't know what's going on. Fuck it. We'll just teleport to a whole different area. So you saw how that area kind of looks. You'll notice there's different sections of the city, and areas do look very different. I'm also playing on PS5. On PC, you can get real crazy into the graphics and make your game look unbelievable. PS5, it looks decent. Nothing absolutely amazing, but also not bad at all by any means. But as you can see, this area looks totally different from where we were just at, which I love the fact. What is going on with my car thing there? Anyways, I love that. And then you have your phone, which is actually talk to people. And you call people, and half the time some people will answer. The story itself to the game is also pretty damn good, in my opinion. It's short. It's definitely short. But it's very good, because there's so many different ways you can play the story, and depending on what side quests you play, who you're talking to, what your relationships with the other characters in the game are like, you can actually completely change the entire course of your game, which honestly makes it so much more fun. The fact that you have the ability to do that is sick. And it's actually a pretty solid story, unlike most games. So that kind of checks out as the game has a solid open world that feels alive, and it's almost hard to get bored. Just even walking around's cool. Like, I could just walk around, not be bored. It has a solid story. Its combat's pretty decent. There isn't too much I have to complain about Cyberpunk. Like, just something that I could just blatantly throw out there and complain. Like, yeah, you could bring the launch with shit, sure. But, like, just out there, just blatantly just to throw out and complain, other than the story maybe being too short. But then again, I'm not completely mad at that, because not everyone has time to play a 966-hour-long Skyrim campaign. Like, the short story can actually be a good thing. So, I generally can't think off the top of my head of an actual complaint. I'm sure you could find one. But it's a solid game. So Cyberpunk 2077 and 2024 pushing 2025, 4 years later. It's a good game. That's the best you can really say. It is a great game. It is a good game. If you like playing games that almost have a GTA style open world city, but you're sick GTA 5, play some Cyberpunk. Yeah, there's no online. I think this game, there's a complaint. I think it'd be sick if we could do co-op. That would be fucking cool. I think co-op Cyberpunk would be awesome. But I'm sorry if this video wasn't very crazy filled, action-packed, bunch of stuff at once. That'll be for a different style of video. I just wanted to explain why I think Cyberpunk 2077 is an amazing game. It should be played in 2024. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you go check out Cyberpunk. It truly does deserve people's attention. If you've held back on playing it because of its initial launch and you might have tried it back then and you haven't played it since, go play it. It's changed. It's not as bad as it was. It's fixed all of its problems for the most part. Every game still has glitches. Yes, you can find them. I can find a glitch right now and know one is. But every game has those. For the most part, this game is pretty fantastic now. And I highly recommend it. Preferably played on a next-gen console or a PC. Don't try on old consoles, I'm sorry. That's just, honestly, it just ruins the experience. It's too heavy of a game for old-gen consoles. So, I will see you in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and hopefully you go check out Cyberpunk, because it truly is a good game.